What's up guys, so over the past years a lot of phones have been released, and I think we can all agree that some of these phones have been well built, well designed, and just overall good phones. And there's also phones like the Sony XP1300 or the Casio G-Zone, which seems like they were made to be impossible to break. And while these phones are high quality and well built, they aren't necessarily comfortable for someone who uses the phone, but rather ineffective and secure. Without any further ado, here's my list of phones that bring a great build quality to the table and also great performance. Here's my top 5 best built phones of all time. Coming in at number 5 is the Nokia Lumia 925, which is actually a great improvement over its predecessor, the 920. Now the 920 was actually completely made of polycarbonate, and while the 925 still has a polycarbonate back, it now has a metal frame around the sides of the phone, which not only contains the antenna, but also provides for greater strength and resistance to scratches or drops. Now because the 925 still has a curved design, it's going to feel really good in the hand and also decrease the weight of the phone substantially. The general public has seen that the 925 is a fantastic phone and just a great improvement overall the 920, and it gets the number 5 spot on my list. Coming in at number 4 is the Apple iPhone 5. Now the iPhone 4 was a complete disaster in terms of build quality. You couldn't walk down the street without seeing someone with a cracked iPhone 4, and Apple took a really big step up in adding an aluminum back with a little bit of glass on top and the bottom. Now because Apple was working with sapphire technology for their display and other companies were already working with Gorilla Glass technology, it still failed to bring a durable and good display to the table, and that's why it gets the number 4 spot on my list. Coming in third place is the Sony Xperia C, recently released in 2013. The Xperia C is Sony's main flagship, and while it has great features like a 1080p display, I think it has an impressive build quality that really stands out. Now this phone is completely made of glass, and before you say anything, it actually uses a very strong material on the front known as Dragon Trail, and on the back it uses Gorilla Glass technology. Now this phone is both waterproof and shockproof, and while it isn't one of the lightest phones out there, it still has a comparable form factor to some of the best smartphones out in the market, and it gets the 3rd spot on my list. Coming in second place is a phone that takes us a while back, and it is the Nokia 3310. I had this when I was a kid, and we used to play baseball with this, and it didn't break a single time. They call it the indestructible, and for a good reason. It can stand a lot of drops and scratches and smacks and still be in a pretty good shape. It's one of the oldest and strongest phones of all time, and it's also one of the best selling phones of all time, selling over 126 million units. That's almost 3 times as much as the iPhone 5 sold, which is very impressive. It revolutionized the build form factor in smartphones today, and it was a masterpiece at the time, and it still is. So which phone is the best built phone of all time? Well, you guys saw it coming. It's the one and only the Htc One. This phone literally set the bar for the next upcoming smartphones, and it feels and looks extraordinary. It's HTC's main flagship phone, and it's made of a really nice brushed aluminum on the back, and it has Gorilla Glass technology on that awesome 1080p display on the front. And while it isn't one of the lightest or thinnest phone out there, it's definitely one of the toughest. Now on the back there is a polycarbonate band running across the back plate where the antenna is, and even though it is polycarbonate, it still doesn't take away that premium feel to it. The HTC One is undoubtedly the phone with the best build quality I have ever seen or felt on any other phone, period. So there you go. Those were my top 5 best build phones of all time. Let me know in the comments section down below which phone you guys think is the best build phone of all time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Who knows, maybe you'll enjoy some future content. And anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you all on the next one.